my Dremel flex shaft, you know, the more that you use this flex shaft, it seems like this pin here always sits there. Well, it does sit. You don't want to have this pin sitting on your finger when you're carving, because what happens, there's a metal shaft inside here. So pretend this little stick here is the metal shaft inside there. Now this is for the very beginners, and there's a hole in there in that metal shaft. Now that pin, this pin, when it's, you hit this pin to change your burrs, right? To undo this nut. When you push that pin in this hole, a little metal thing goes in that hole and it locks it, so it can't move it. So it's not in there. It can move, spin, but when it's locked, what's in there, it can't move. Now, what happens when you put your hand on this handpiece here, and your hand, when it's spinning and your fingers resting on it, it makes the edge of this hole on the metal shaft, it rounds the edge so the pin can't lock in, and you can't change your burrs. It will just seems like when you're pushing your finger down, you can't undo your burrs. It will just skip out of the pin, will skip out of the hole. You know, there is other ways to do it. Once this pin is no good anymore and you can't undo your burrs, when your burrs get stuck in there, you can heat this up with a torch and it will expand this nut and you'll be able to release it. But heat it really good. You are going to melt your threads. Usually there's a little thing there, the plastic nut goes on there, but you are going to melt those threads. You could take this apart. You could take this handpiece apart. There's a little pin right, like a little thing right there that sticks on there. And there's the one on the front too. You have to get a little screwdriver and pop it off. So you pull the spring off. You got that little thing here, little whatever it's called, the O pin or something. There usually is one on the front here, but I think I've probably knocked it off a long time ago. And we might as well just take this whole thing apart, because it's garbage if I don't. Take these screws out. Because the pin's so worn, the shaft's so worn on the inside, my burrs aren't staying in place anymore. They just keep sliding out. So that's when it's coming to an end. Oh, what fell out? So here's your pin. Okay, here's the pin. Let's get all this all out of here proper. Now here's your pin. There's a little piece. It's a Dremel could do a way better job to where to place it. So here's your little pin. See that little nub? Now here's that metal shaft that I was talking about. You got some bearings in here. Now look how much that's worn away there. See that? There's a name of it. I can't think of it. But so that pin can't lock in that hole because you've worn all that metal away from there should be a square edge on that hole. Well, there's not anymore because you've worn it away when it's spinning. And that's just what's happened. So this pin is garbage. Now, some people say, well, why don't you just take the pin out? Don't use that at all, and you could use your burrs. You just put your burrs in the hole. Well, guess what? This hole is not as big as the 1/8. So you need a see, this is a 1/8 burr. It does not fit in that hole. You need a drill. You need to drill this out a little bit bigger. So I don't know if I have a drill here to drill that out bigger. Do I want to go get a drill to drill that out bigger? Because then you can just change it really easy. You just put a burr in there, locks it up, and then you turn it out. Standby. Damn it. So I got a little carbide burr on here that I'll never use that much. Let's see if that can slowly remote that hole a bit bigger. And it doesn't take that much to ream it out because, well, you could use a little diamond burr, whatever you got, or a drill, because this is hollow. Yeah, it's hollow all the way through it, I believe. Well, it's hollow up to here anyways. Little bearing. So put it back together. You don't need the pin in. Uh-oh, don't lose those bearings. You don't need the pin in there. This is a friggin' mess. You guys can figure out how to put it back together yourself. Where's the front and where's the back? So this would be up here. That bearing goes in there. That bearing goes there. That one goes there. And I thought there was another one. You don't need this thing that held the pin in before. So this is the way it would go in, like this. Boom. Slides through that bearing. You see it? This would go in here like this, slide through that bearing, go into the shaft. This shaft here has to be square drive right here. That has to be square drive. Yeah, see it's square? For the end of your flex shaft. Just something that some of you might want to know. You know, if when your Dremel, when you can't change your bits or your bits keep sliding out, that's what's happening. So I'll get this all back together and then we'll use it. All right, to put it back together, you just put the thing in there. Make sure your inner flex shaft goes inside. You know, another thing too, I'm not going to go over it, but when I get a brand new flex shaft, I wipe all the grease off this. I get rid of all the grease because that grease, what happens, lots of people that just start carving don't know, but that grease gets into your handpiece, and that's why your handpiece will overheat because Dremel puts too much grease on the flex shaft. Now, I run my flex shafts with, look, barely any grease on it at all. Well, I don't know where that come from, but that's from the bearings. The less grease you have, you don't need tons of grease on this. Let me tell you that right now. I'm saying that from experience. You do not have to have lots of grease on there. Some of you might beg to differ, but suit yourself. What I do, there it's back together and screw it back together. What I do when I first get mine, I take the inner flex shaft of it out. I wipe all the grease off of it. Please don't drop these screws. Please don't drop these screws in the holes. Sorry, this is unprofessional video. All my videos are unprofessional, but I wipe all the grease off of it, all right? Then I hang my Dremel down low, and I hang the handpiece up high. So your Dremel's hanging down as low as it will go, and this handpiece is hanging up as high as you can go. I run the Dremel for 5 minutes. That will get all the extra grease that's in your handpiece or whatever out of here, and you will not, I never have a problem with my handpieces overheating from that. And I don't break flex shafts anymore. All right. So I'm not even really running a real Dremel. So then you just put your little pin thing back on here. Get on there, you son of... Stand by. I got to get this little thing on there. Okay, it's on there. I just didn't want you guys to... I don't need to swear in this video. Then put your spring back on. Boom, that's good to go. You're good to go. So there's your hole, right? I'm not running a Dremel right now. This is the best Dremel, knockoff Dremel I've ever had. This is better than a Dremel. This runs between like a Dremel 3000 and a Dremel 4000. This is the high spec, the silver one. This is like $30 USA. It's got speed control if you want. Now, when you hook up the flex shaft to this, it doesn't give you the square. Let's see here. Where is that thing? Okay, so here's the high spec. I'll leave a link to this below too. You have to use a normal collet, a normal 1/8 collet. It doesn't have the square drive collet. Where the frick did that Dremel one go that I just got in the package? Right here. So when you buy the new Dremel flex shaft, which is right here, they send you this square drive nut. That's square drive inside there. Now, will this fit on here? I don't think it will. So it doesn't fit on there. So this is how you save these. But this high spec comes with a 1/8 collet, right? Put that collet in there. Put the little screw thing, nut thing that they give you. Put that on too. Tighten it up a bit. Now, come on, I got to get this inner flex shaft out of here. So here's the old one. Here's the inner flex shaft. There's quite a bit of grease on it. I should probably wipe it off. It's okay. This doesn't overheat. Now you put that in there. Sometimes this is how you hook up a knockoff Dremel that doesn't take that square drive nut that Dremel sends you. This is how you make it work with the Dremel flex shaft. Sometimes you have to push this in more or out more. Sometimes you have to adjust it. Do it up, because you got to make sure that it goes all the way to where I showed you inside that shaft. So let me just, I have to do this off camera, but there we go. You're doing it up. No, you do. Try it. See if it works. I run a foot pedal. Perfect. Okay. The inner flex shaft was too far inside this handpiece, and it went right through the hole. So the inner flex shaft was making it so I couldn't get this in. So I backended it up. I re-undid it from here. I pushed the inner flex shaft into that nut here, tighten it up again. Now this fits no problem. Now you can tighten it. See, it's in there. Tighten it, loosen it. Boom, there you go. It's not going to come out. Every time you want to switch a burr, yeah, you're going to have to spin it, find the sweet spot, find the hole, take it out and do the thing. But I don't know. Some people can't afford to buy a new Dremel flex shaft. Everything's so friggin' expensive these days. There's a tip of the day from Carving Fusion. Now back to carving mushrooms. Oops, wrong pedal.